In this video, we're going to be looking at how to prepare your body for a lower body specific session. Now, the first thing you always want to do is increase your heart rate, get your body temperature up, and you can do this as imaginatively as possible, so long as you're increasing that intensity over 3 to 5 minutes. Now we're going to look at mobilizing into the hips. Again, this is a notoriously tight area for the general population. So the first thing you want to do is come into what we call a 90-90 position. So everything's at right angles, and now what you want to do is you want to squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward and sit in and out of it. Squeezing your glutes is very important, and not a lot of people do that. You're then going to come to what's called a low lunge position. As you can see here, I'm also pushing that knee out with my elbow. You can get your hand on your knee if you want to. But as well as working into that left hip flexor and quad, we're also working into that right groin and hamstring. Again, moving through it, not staying too still. Then we'll go out of the hip into what we call pigeon pose. As you can see here, I'm just moving through it, just trying to sort of see where I can feel it the most. I'm just trying to stretch off those outer hips, whether it's over my knee or over my foot, lying flat, or a bit more upright. Again, it's absolutely fine. You're then going to come back up to the half kneeling position. And now we're going to reach that elbow to the inside of your foot and twist and touch the sky. So we're getting in some upper back work as well as our hips. Perfect for if we've got like a squat specific session. If we do have a squat specific session, I want to talk about this Ido Portal squat routine. So the first things first is sitting at the bottom of your squat and then pushing those knees out with your elbows, trying to increase the stretch in your hips. And then reaching one arm to the sky, back and down like that. Again, in the bottom of your squat position, just trying to get comfortable. The next is a gorilla squat, where you pull your chest up and then you let yourself hang from the top position there. If you can hold onto your feet, fantastic, do that, but I can't do that. Then I was working into my ankles a little bit, just trying to get some mobility through there, especially if you're squatting with flat shoes. Now we've done with the mobility, we're going to look at activating. So the first thing you want to do is do some Cossack squats, about 5 to 6 on each side, just trying to increase that range through your hips, and we're also building in some unilateral strength. What your other foot does doesn't matter too much, just worry about trying to sit your hips back and keep your chest upright. Carrying on with the activations, we're going to look at our glutes now. So as you can see, we've got glute bridges. You can get as creative as you want with these, single leg, barbell, double banded, bands around the knees. You can get as creative as you like with this, but we're trying to feel that sensation in our glutes when we're doing it. You can also do what's called frog pumps, like shown here, where you butterfly your feet together and then bridge your hips up to the sky. And again, get creative, dumbbells, kettlebells, bands, whatever you like to feel it in your glutes the most before you get lifting. Now we've activated through there, we're going to look at activating through our trunk, and this is a key component that a lot of people miss out on. It'll help you breathe and brace properly for the lift. This is called a dead bug. I'll show you some of my favourite variations in a second, but essentially I'm trying to push my lower back into the floor by squeezing through my abs and pushing that belly into the floor. Okay, if this is too easy, you can do it on a big breath out like shown there. One of the variations you can do is by taking the upper body out of it, incorporates a bit more control. So you're pressing that plate up towards the sky, but again, pushing that belly, pushing your back into the floor, and just doing one leg at a time. And again, you can do a breathe out there and a hold, if that's too easy. My favourite variation, however, is the band behind you. Really engages through your lats and upper back and forces you to be in a much more compromised position, and it makes it a lot harder, and you can really feel the activations going through this. Once you've done all these, you should be pretty much ready to start ramping up and to crack on with your session.